Alright, guys. I don't know how to feel about this, but I think this might actually be the most scariest part of my life. Like, I never really talked about. I know this isn't, my typical type of video where I just record gameplay or whatever, but I just wanted to actually talk to you guys about something kind of personal to me. And I know you guys do recognize this game setting if you do actually, follow my channel, which probably most of you guys won't. I recorded a video about getting free Robux a few months ago, but I just want to say, but I ever tell y'all I almost become a baby daddy, bro? Like an actual baby daddy, like my boy Tash. Watch this video. But anyways, let's continue. Let's continue. Okay, so carrying on. I was 2022, I was going on a family island to visit my mom and pop and all that type of stuff. My family I haven't seen in years, 5 years to be exact, something like that, or whatever. I don't know. Um, when I go on an island, there was just this girl who was there. I never see her before or anything, but I guess she just instantly liked me. I don't know why. I don't know how. I never met her. I don't know her name. I just didn't want to. I could be honest. At first, I was like, yeah, she made okay, whatever, cool. But she just kept coming strong to me, bro. Coming on strong to me, or whatever. So, for example, right? We was in the store. I was buying some stuff. She literally came in the store, stand next to me, try and make a conversation out of me. And mind you, at that time, I was like just getting over my ex. I was like, I wasn't really into, having an ex girl right up to now, or anything like that. But she was talking to me, trying to, get my number or whatever. And I was like, nah, I don't really want to give you my number. All right. So couple days go by, nothing, just her walking past or whatever, saying hi, hello. Me just being nonchalant, not talking to her, not want to associate with her, anything like that. No. But I was on Facebook and I just see this message request. I look at it and it was her. And the only thing in my mind, I was like, how the hell this girl find my Facebook and start texting me? And I was like, you know what, whatever, bro. I just text her back. I say, hey, we was just chopping it up. She say, hey. And I guess, just regular teenagers texting or whatever. I guess because she liked me more. So I was just keeping it low key. But she is, I don't know what she's trying. And I literally can remember this that night, bro. That same night as I was texting her, she texted me, say, hey, the drill. You want to come over tonight at 12 o'clock? I asked for what? She say, and I quote, for sex with 4, 5, 6 X's at the end of it. And I just stared at the message and I was like, bro, what the hell is this girl talking about? And I just replied, what do you mean for sex? LOL. And she was like, you know what I mean. And so I had my uncle at the time. He was about 22 years old, so he was, fairly young. He know the girl because I don't know like that. And I was about to show him the message, and when I opened my phone again, the girl literally deleted the message that said for sex. And I was like, oh my god. And so I look at my uncle. My uncle look at me, and he was like, bro, I I I don't know what to say, bro. But I digress though. Loki. Um, I'd say the day after she came over, started talking to me or whatever. I really can't remember. I literally don't remember. We was just talking. But I do know that I asked her to take out my hair. Okay, so she was, she was um we went down to the shack. It was like this place you could meet up or whatever to chill and hang out. So we went down to the shack. She was taking my hair, whatever, You know how the girls do when they playing up in your head. Of course, because she's playing up in my head, doing this, doing that, taking it out. And she was literally doing all of this, bro. She was literally trying to sit on my lap, like, bro. Like she's trying to take out my hair. And she's just trying to sit on my lap, and I was like, "Come on, bro, what you doing, bro? Like, come on, really?" Bro. And like she's trying to kiss me, all that type of stuff. I was like, what? What the hell? Cause I didn't really, I'm not really experienced like the rest of my boys, Um, who names I'm not gonna call. But like, I just like, what the hell is going on, bro? Like, literally, what the hell is going on? Okay, so after she finished my hair or whatever, I just wanted to go at that point. But, as a guy, and I still a little cheesy because, a girl was playing up my hair. So I gone home, big smile on my face. My uncle look at me. All two of my uncles was actually there. They look at each other. They look back at me, and they know what's going on. It's like, wait, girl, play when your hair, take good care, and I that, that giddy and all that type of stuff, smiling ear to ear, like, bro, or whatever. So my uncle, he come to me, he say, well, you know what, bro? You might as well, since you here, and this girl like you might as well, you know what I mean? Crock
You
your
so
egg,
freaky
if
ass
you know what I
nigga.
mean. And I was like, you know what, Uncle? I might take your advice on that. So, couple days go by, waiting for the perfect opportunity, fiending, plotting on this girl at this point. And the opportunity came by. My brother went on the court to play basketball. Before my brother left, I stopped him and say, hey, bro, I ain't gonna lie. You see this girl there and me? You know about to go down. I need you to keep those boys occupied. Make sure they don't come home. And the host basically to myself because my uncle, my next uncle was in his room playing game or whatever. So he's not gonna be paying attention to us. My dad don't really live here, so he's not gonna come over. I said, oh yeah, this is a perfect flipping opportunity. Alright. So me and her there alone. Chatting it up with her. I like, hey, one here, I think me and you should head to the room. And after all that time, after all that hard mode she had, she talking about she's shy and all that, and she don't know. And like me being the only guy at that time, I was like, you don't know. And like she knows she wanted it, right? But she just is trying to play hard to get at that specific moment, which is pretty dumb because she's coming on to be strong. And I like, yeah, I'm into this. So I kind of like lift her up, right? And I carried her to the room. And I took her to the room. I locked the door. And then that's when she wanted to have all a confidence spark and everything. So I was like, okay, cool. Pretty cool. So, I go down, I do the do, I have the time of my life. We cooking it up in the kitchen, if you know what I mean, right? And I was getting too excited or whatever. And I I I got caught up. I looked down and I shot up the club, bro. I can be honest with you. And when I saw that coming out, bro, I instantly went like my soldier. He wasn't saluting me no more. That guy was shy as hell. I just instantly started thinking about, oh my god, I am about to be a flippin' dad, bro. And I just was stressing. Tears started coming up my eyes. I looked at her, I said, wait, you gotta take a plan B like right now. Like you gotta get some right now. And then now we on a family and I know she ain't got no plan B on her right now, but it's just me thinking I couldn't accept it. I like, nah, this can't be happening. Like something gotta happen. Someone gotta do something before someone go missing, if you know what I mean. Just joking, just joking, just joking. Don't cancel me, just joking. But like I would say I literally started tearing up, and she looked at me in my eye. She looked a little sympathetic, like, yeah, I can take it, or whatever. Little do I know that girl was not gonna take anything, right? So we got dressed or whatever, and we went down the road, catch up the rest of the boys and stuff, and they went by church. Oh my god! When I told you I went in that church, because they was rehearsing for church on Sunday. When I told you I went in that church, I started praying to God. I was like, Lord, please tell me I didn't make the worst mistake in my life. Because I do not see myself with a future with this girl whose middle name I still don't even know to this day. Like, anyways, bro. Alright, anyways. And then my boy came to me, right? This is one of my next boys, and he was like, hey bro, you see that girl right there? And he's pointing to the girl who I just finished. He's like, yeah, like a week ago. I knew I just came this week. To put it in perspective. So he's saying a week ago, she was there. She was trying to get on to me, and I was like, nah, bro, I don't want you, because I guess he knows something that I don't know about her. And all I was thinking about when he was saying that about this girl was like, my God, I literally made the worst mistake of my entire existence. Like, who the hell is this girl? Literally, who the hell is this girl? And I would think life. I wasn't happy until her period came, low key. So fast forward a couple days or whatever. I waiting. 2 days go by, nothing. 3 days go by, nothing. 4 days go by, still nothing. But by day five, she called me and said, "Hey, Latrell, my period come." And this is basically the day before she is about to leave. So I was like, okay, cool. And I celebrating. I talked to my uncle and say, "Hey, uncle, I dodged a bullet there. Like, a period came. We good. We chilling. We straight chilling. Like, nothing to worry about or whatever." Oh boy. So she left, and then the day after she left, I was by my uncle work chilling or whatever. We chopping it up. I on YouTube, just watching one random video. I don't know what I was watching, but she texted me and she's like, "Hey, Latrell, we need to talk." And I was like, "Talk about what? Like, I and I ready to go to square right now. Like, yeah, like I'm making a mistake again or whatever." She's like, "Hey, I was just spotting my period stop." And because of course, I was the inexperienced guy, I was like, "Hey, what does spotting mean?" So I searched up what spotting mean, and I searched up how a period stop randomly and stuff. And that basically just telling me about how this girl pretty much pregnant, bro. Like, Google is the worst, the most unreliable thing. Like, what you mean this girl maybe 99% pregnant, right? So I looking at this vibe. I didn't even reply to her. I go back in the chat. I read that stuff again to make sure I see it properly. And I swear to you, bro. I literally swear to you. I got up. I looked at my uncle. He was chilling at work, of course. I went in the bathroom. I looked up at the sky. And I swear on my soul, I cried my eyes out silently in that bathroom, bro. No, not even playing. I literally went in the bathroom. I started straight bawling my eyes silent. Just like, oh my God, my mommy gonna kill me. My mommy is going to literally feed me to the dogs, bro. Because the first thing my mommy tell me not to do is when I come over here, don't be messing with no girl and don't let no girl get me caught up, bro. And like the idiot I was, I didn't listen. And I got caught up. And my mommy was about to disown me, bro. Oh my gosh, I come on that bathroom, drying my eyes, not paying attention, just still chilling, living the best life. But me, my life just fall apart. When I tell you, the week after that, I barely talked to anybody. I didn't even go to the beach no more. Oh my God, bro. My uncle looked at me, he probably know what's going on. And he's like, my nephew could be alright. So he said, you know what? Come talk to me, tell me what's going on. So I tell him, hey, my uncle, I ain't gonna lie. This girl's spotting. And instead of him giving me some like, oh yeah, she's spotting, yeah, up here might just come along. She's like, oh, like nephew, I know the nephew. Listen, Neff. It could be okay. I was like, wait, what? What you mean it could be okay? He's like, Bayong, it could be okay. Just wait it out, just wait it out. And when I tell you after that, like it made it 100 times worse. Bro, I literally didn't even play game no more. I literally sat next to those boys as they was playing games, just thinking about how I gonna have to disappear and change my name to something else and live in Europe or something. I don't know. I gotta go. Like, I don't know this girl, bro. Like, not saying I'd be a terrible father or whatever, but I was 16, bro. I was young, so I was scared. And the girl was already back in Brooklyn. So it wasn't really much I could do. So I was just there straight stressing, bro. And whatever time went by, it was my time to go back now. So my ride picked me up. A few days go by, and literally my whole mood is silently dying inside. I was in the car, sitting down, not a word, just thinking about how much of a failure I am, not listening to my parents. So, a few more days went by and school started. I went to school. My boy see me was down, and he was like, hey, yo, bro, you good? Like, what's going on? And I was talking to him. I was like, hey, I can be honest with you, bro. I gave him the rundown of the story. And that dude look at me, straight face. He put his hand on my shoulder. And that dude just say, sorry, it's you, but I glad it ain't me. And I was like, wait, what? Like, bro, like, try to help me, nigga? Like, try to provide a plan B or something. Like, bro. And this dude was just straight hot because nothing was up for once in the group. Nothing was happening there. Everybody was having something going on. And he was just enjoying life to the fullest. I swear to God, I was ready to punch this dude. I was ready to kill him. I was really ready to kill him, bro. This dude wasn't giving me no type of help. He was just instigating the whole thing, laughing at me. Bro, I couldn't even talk to him like at that point, bro. I can be honest. But I digress though. So at this point, it's about what 2, 3 weeks. A period still ain't come. And I talking to her every day trying to figure out, what's going on. Cause I just really want to drop this girl, bro. But I can't really drop it because if I drop and this baby come, then that's child support for the next 18 years. And I wasn't making no type of money to pay no child support. Like, bro, come on, babe. Right? So texting her every day. I gotta care about her, so we have an argument, and I didn't know what type of girl she is. Basically, she was, she going, she for the, she was for the streets, but I didn't know that. So all these arguments, I see her talking to all these other boys and stuff, and I like, bro, what? Like, I trying to fight with her, like, hey, you need to stop talking to these guys. It's pretty serious, and like, she taking it for a joke, and she literally used to send me pictures of her belly. Like, now looking back on it, she literally used to puff with her belly and make it look like a baby was actually growing in her belly. Semi believed it, semi didn't, but because I was so much in my head, I mostly believed it. And I was like, I was struggling, bro. Like, I don't know what to say. I was literally struggling. And she did it like 2 or 3 times. And then she used to text me and tell me, hey, I take a pregnancy test. Bro, I literally pregnant and all that type of stuff. She did that another 2 or 3 times. Trying to get in my head or whatever. I think she took it as a game, to be honest. That's pretty sick of a person, as a person to do. But after a while, I eventually said, you know what? I I accept it. I'm probably gonna be a dad, bro. So after she saw, what her little tricks and tactics and evil ways really didn't work on me no more, she called me one day when I was in the kitchen at night. So after a while, I literally didn't care no more. I accepted the fact that I'm probably gonna be a dad. So I just a straight chilling. I guess she peeped that because one night as I was making my little cereal or whatever, I was basically half depressed. I didn't really care no more. I was just feeling normal. She called me. She said, "Hey, Latrell, yeah, my period came," and I just say, "Oh, word for real?" She's like, "Yeah," and I was like, "Okay, cool." And I just hanged up the phone, and I just looked up at the sky, and I think that's the happiest I ever been. It felt like in years, literally in years. Thank you, God. I dodged a bullet. And literally after that, I think it was 3 days because I went to see her at a church thing, and then literally the day after, I like ended it off with her. Like I couldn't take it no more. Like I was just happy that I was breaking that off. But But yeah, like she was literally not loyal, bro. Oh my gosh. Like I'd say the worst person I could have do it with, bro. But yeah, though. Thanks for listening. If you guys made it to the end, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. If you want to see more stories or listen to more stories, let me know. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.